Hey everyone, I'm Mine, and this is set number 71757, Lloyd's Ninja Mech from the LEGO Ninjago theme. This set contains 57 pieces, 2 minifigures, and retails for $9.99 in the US. This is a 4+ set, meaning it was designed with larger, simpler pieces to make it very easy for younger kids to build. But with all that being said, let's get on to the review. So here's the main build of Lloyd's Ninja Mech, the mech itself, and oh boy, this is interesting. This is very similar to the Jay's Electro Mech that we got last year, which was also a 4+ set, and what is there to say here? Obviously, it looks very funny. The legs are very simple, the body is very square. However, you have to remember this is a set made for 4-year-olds. 4-year-olds are very, very young. Big pieces are, necessary for kids that age. But kids that age probably still want to be able to get mechs and whatnot, so this is a fine set for them. I will say, I think the feet on this one are weaker than Jay's Electro Mech just because they're a lot more simple, and because of that, they look a lot more funny. And then the arms use the new SCCBS joints, which honestly, I'm not sure how I feel about them here. The blades and the hands look alright, but yeah, they feel a little barren. I guess the big thing about this set is this set's only $10 while the Electro Mech was $20, so they were able to put a little more detail into the Electro Mech, because despite fixing one of the major issues with the Electro Mech, this feels a lot more simple than it. That major issue being the Electro Mech had no cockpit. It just had a figure standing inside, and that was it. But they used this new, mech chest piece where you can actually lock a figure in there in this mech, which I do really appreciate, and this does look really good. As you just saw, you can flip this down and put a minifigure in there if you want, close it back up when you're done, and with Lloyd piloting the mech, it does look a little bit better. The chest has a circular printed tile on it that says the word ninja written in the Ninjago language. This printed tile comes on every mech this wave, including the non-4+ ones being Zane's and Kai's. So while it is a really cool piece, it's not anything special in this set. I guess that's another thing about this set. 4+ sets usually come with cool new printed pieces that don't come in any other sets, but the only printed piece in this set that's new is that one, and again, as I said, it comes in multiple other sets, so it makes this set a little less desirable for people outside of the main target audience being very young kids. There's a fine range of motion in this guy. You can get him in a few different poses. The arms are very free, you can pretty much do whatever you want with them, and the legs are on rigid joints, but as long as you have one touching the ground, you should be able to balance him. Definitely does not have as much posability as the Electro Mech did though, which is a little disappointing. This set also maintains one of my biggest issues with the Electro Mech, and that's the fact that the legs and the body are very easy to separate. They don't click into place at all, they're just on a Technic pin that's very easy to come apart. So if a kid's playing with this and they're spinning the body of the mech around, it's cool that they can do that, but it's very easy to accidentally just take it off. And something being that easy to come apart would be an issue in a full-size set, but in a 4+ set, I think a big part of it is it's important for kids to be able to play with it and not have it fall apart. So that feels poorly designed to me. But I think that's about all I have to say on the mech. It's fine for what it is. Very simple, very silly, definitely very goofy looking. But for kids in the target audience, I think it's fine. If you're older than that, though, you probably don't need this one unless you really want the Lloyd figure and you don't want to pay $30 for the car. Not much else to say on it, though. And then the side build in the set is very simple. It's literally 6 parts. It's just a little bit of terrain. There's a spider on it, which is a cool inclusion. I feel like kids would appreciate getting that because it's just another thing to play with. A little bit of foliage, and then here you can hold a sword. This is the sword that Lloyd carries in the set. So you can either store it on this build, or you can use the extra one that comes in the set in this build. But regardless, it's cute, and it gives you something fun to play with, so I like it. Here are the 2 minifigures included in this set. We have Core Lloyd, and we have a Geo Whipper, also known as a Boa Destructor. Core Lloyd does not come with his armor in this set. I assume that's because this is a 4+ set, and for whatever reason they can't include armor in 4+ sets. That's a little disappointing to see, but it's not a huge deal, because the figure still looks good without it, and the armor piece is not that uncommon, or at least it's not as uncommon as it used to be. So if you got this set, you could very easily take the armor off another figure in another set and put it on this Lloyd figure if you'd rather have it on him. This Lloyd figure, though, I don't know how I feel about him. I feel like I have very mixed feelings on this guy. The biggest thing about him is he has so many different shades of green on him, which I thought I liked, but now seeing the figure in person, I don't know, it feels like a lot. Because he, of course, has normal green as his base color, but then he has lime green as an accent, but then he has dark green on this one arm, and then he has olive green down here in his legs. It feels like too much going on, maybe. I think mostly it's the one dark green arm. If that was normal green or lime green, I think it'd be a little bit better. But yeah, all the different colors just feel a little overwhelming. I do really like the lime green on the mask and on the one arm, though. I think that's a really, really cool color that Lloyd's never used on an actual suit before, so it's very cool to finally see it here. But yeah, as a whole, this figure just feels a little bit disjointed to me. The design of the torso is cool, too. I especially like the dragon scales on the one side. There's also a minty green on the undershirt right there, so yet another shade of green. Yeah, it just feels like too much to me. The olive green on the legs, again, I don't know how I feel about. It just feels so disconnected from everything else. All the ninja but Zane this wave do have different colored legs than they have torsos, and it's a fine idea and concept, but yeah, I don't know, I'm not a huge fan of this one here. There he is with his mask removed, same face print he's had since the movie, and there's his alternate face and back torso print. Back torso print I think actually looks really good. You can see there's a dragon head right there that's covered up by the symbol. The symbol says the word ninja written in the Ninjago language. All of the core suits have that symbol there, so it's really cool to see it here. Some more of those dark green lines. Oh, and then Lloyd's accessory, he has a green katana. All the ninja come with katanas that match the color of their suit this wave, and Lloyd comes with a lime green one. This is not a new part for this wave. This came in an Overwatch set previously, however, it's never come in Ninjago before, so this is personally my first time time getting this piece, and it's really, really great in this color, so I really appreciate that. Not much else to say on this guy. The hood is by far the highlight, and I could see that over time I might end up liking this guy better, but right now, yeah, it just feels like too many different colors going on. And then the Geo Whipper is not like the full version of the Geo Whipper. There's a version of this guy that comes with armor and fists, and I think that version of him is much cooler. However, even without that, I think this guy's still fun. The headpiece is very good, obviously. It's the Pyro Whipper headpiece recolored in gunmetal gray and orange. And I think the orange as a secondary color looks great because it's so bright underneath the gunmetal gray. It creates really like vibrant eyes and teeth. The torso print has a very coppery design with the teal and the orange. And then he has gunmetal gray scales on top of that as well as gunmetal gray arms. His accessory is just a spear, a standard spear, not much going on there. But it's a fine accessory for a 4+ set. And there's a look at what his back torso print looks like. You can see there's more of those like metallic scales. And if you're curious, here he is with his head removed so you can see the top of his torso print. Yeah, I think these are both fine figures. Geo Whipper is great, but he comes in many, many sets. And Lloyd overall I have mixed feelings on, however it's nice getting him in a 4+ set because we haven't gotten him in a 4+ set in a very long time. So it's nice that LEGO now has a way for younger kids to get a Lloyd figure. So what are my overall thoughts on this set? It's okay, it's fine for what it is. Far from my favorite Ninjago set, but for a 4+ set, it's decent. Definitely better 4+ sets out there, certainly better Ninjago sets out there, but this is only $10. You get Lloyd, you get a snake, and you get a decent-sized mech, albeit very, very simple. You could probably use the arms and chest piece on this mech to make like a proper Evo mech for Lloyd if you wanted, so that's potentially pretty cool. But as it comes out of the box, it's just alright. I really just don't have too much to say about it. So those are my thoughts on this set. I'm curious to hear what you guys think of it in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please press like, subscribe if you're new. I do LEGO and Ninjago videos like this almost every day, so if you subscribe, you'll be the first to see them. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.